forceful exhalation, we have to take the help of our stomach to exhale out the oxygen. And that's why there is a little contraction happening inside our lungs, our stomach, sorry. So this is the practice of Kapalbhati Pranayam. Also, we can check we are doing right or not by a simple process. When we do the normal breathing without any forceful inhalation or exhalation, we can feel our breath right below our nose with the normal breathing, like this. But when we practice Kapalbhati Pranayam, we are forcefully with a stroke exhaling out the oxygen with the help of our stomach, and that's why when we exhale out, the air would touch our hand if we place our hand right in front of our mouth, like this. So if we can feel the air over our hand, then the practice is completely fine. And if it is not so, then we need to once again listen to the instructions. So instruction says, once again, try to take the help of your navel and the muscles of your stomach to exhale out the oxygen. There would be a little contraction inside our stomach. So this is the practice of Kapalbhati Pranayam, which we at least need to practice for 10 to 15 minutes on the daily basis. If we don't have any disease in the body, or if in the normal diseases, it is okay to practice it for 10 to 15 minutes. I would request you all, keep practicing Kapalbhati Pranayam. Also try to keep your eyes closed, so that would be more beneficial, more concentrating. And with the practice of Kapalbhati Pranayam, those who are suffering from chronic diseases, we ask them to practice them more. Like it is beneficial in more than 90% of the diseases. So Kapalbhati Pranayam is known as the king of all other pranayam, because it is beneficial in many cases, more than any pranayam benefits. Keep practicing Kapalbhati Pranayam. And also we would be listening to a bhajan from Pujya Satviji also. And before she gets ready, we would be practicing Kapalbhati Pranayam. And for the practice of Kapalbhati Pranayam also, in what cases this pranayam helps, we can get idea of those diseases also. Like in asthma, BP, either it is high blood pressure or low blood pressure, or cholesterol, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, osteopenia, osteoporosis, gout, any kind of bone related issues, Kapalbhati Pranayam. In skin related issues, eczema, leukoderma, psoriasis, scleroderma, Kapalbhati Pranayam is very beneficial. And also for the digestion, if we have weak digestive system, and if indigestion is there, or constipation or gastric problem, Kapalbhati Pranayam is very beneficial. In the case of varicose veins also, this pranayam is very beneficial. So you think about the disease and the solution is Kapalbhati Pranayam. The only precaution we need to take in the cases, and like in the hyperacidity or high blood pressure, we should practice in high blood pressure with very mild speed, with very mild stroke. And also if there is any swelling in any internal organ, then also it may be needed that we may need to avoid this Kapalbhati Pranayam. Otherwise, in more than 90% of the diseases, the Kapalbhati Pranayam is beneficial. And now I would be requesting once again to all that we keep practicing Kapalbhati Pranayam with the eyes closed, and we would be listening to one bhajan from Pujya Satviji. So some people, because the bhajan is in Hindi, so there are some people, those who would not be able to understand the wordings, but I am sure that you would be able to understand the music and the emotions behind that bhajan. So I would just once again request you all, keep your eyes closed and just feel the bhajan.
नहीं कल की खबर कुछ क्या होगा, कल माटी की है ये काया, नहीं कल की खबर कुछ क्या होगा कल माटी की है ये काया। कुछ पुण्य कमाई कर ले रे जग बंधन तो है बस माया। ये दौलत ये शोहरत नहीं साथ चलेगी। तेरे कर्मों की पूंजी ही साथ रहेगी। नहीं कल की खबर कुछ क्या होगा कल माटी की है ये काया। सोच मैं कौन हूँ, मैं हूँ क्यों यहाँ, जाना मुझको है कहाँ पर और चला मैं कहाँ। सोच मैं कौन हूँ, मैं हूँ क्यों यहाँ, जाना मुझको है कहाँ पर और चला मैं कहाँ। मुझे जिस राह पर लक्ष्य मिल जाएगा, मैं उसे ही राह पर चल रहा हूँ या ना। जरा सोच समझ कर कदम बढ़ा, मुश्किल से मनोज तन पाया। नहीं कल की खबर कुछ क्या होगा कल माटी की है ये काया। जाने कितने जन्म देखा दुनिया को ही, खुद के भीतर भी जरा सा झांक कर देख ले। मनमानी बहुत हो गई आज तक, जीत करके मन को थोड़ा जीना भी सीख ले। मन मानी में वो चैन कहाँ, संयम में जो सुख है समाया। नहीं कल की खबर कुछ क्या होगा कल माटी की है ये काया। बाग के फूल हम खिल रहे आज हैं, सिर्फ गिर के सूख जाना इसमें क्या खास है। बाग के फूल हम खिल रहे आज हैं, सिर्फ गिर के सूख जाना इसमें क्या खास है। महका ना सके दुनिया को यदि जिंदगी भी जिंदगी क्या, इसमें क्या रास है। करना पूरा कर्तव्य तेरा, जिस लिए तू जग में आया। नहीं कल की खबर कुछ क्या होगा कल माटी की है ये काया। कुछ पुण्य कमाई कर ले रे जग बंधन तो है बस माया। नहीं कल की खबर कुछ क्या होगा कल माटी की है ये काया।
Well, we would be listening to one more from Pujya Sadhviji in the practice of Anulom Vilom Pranayam. And I think you were lost in the bhajan. That's why everyone stopped practicing Kapalbhati Pranayam. I would once again request you all, let us move towards the practice of Anulom Vilom Pranayam. Use your right hand and with the right thumb, close your right nostril, inhale with the left. With the rest of the fingers, close the left nostril and exhale with the right. Now once again inhale with the right nostril. Exhale with the left nostril. Take at least 2.5 seconds to inhale from left nostril. Then next 2.5 seconds to exhale out from the right nostril. Once again, next 2.5 seconds to inhale from the right nostril, and next 2.5 seconds to exhale out from the left nostril. So this makes the one practice of Anulom Vilom Pranayam, which we are practicing almost in 10 seconds. And this means that we would be able to practice it for 5 to 6 times in a minute. So, and for like 50 to 60 times in 10 minutes. So 10 minutes practice of Anulom Vilom Pranayam is required for everyone. This is very beneficial for those who are suffering from heart blockage. Also beneficial for those who are suffering from BP. Either it is high blood pressure, hypertension, or we facing the situation of lower blood pressure in our body. Also it is beneficial for those who are dealing with stress, anxiety, depression, because this is the pranayam with which we are taking the maximum amount of oxygen inside our brain. And also this will result in the balancing of our endocrine system. So ultimately our hormonal system would also get improved. Also this is very beneficial for our eyes. For the problem of sinus also, Anulom Vilom Pranayam is very beneficial, and those who are suffering from these kinds of chronic diseases, we request them to at least practice it for half an hour, and more than half an hour also we can practice this Anulom Vilom Pranayam. It's so simple and so easy, and it's so easy that we can also practice it even when we are sleeping. In the sleeping pose also we can practice this Anulom Vilom Pranayam if we can't practice in the sitting posture. So it is also very beneficial for those who have like paralysis kind of situation, or for the gastric problem also. So this is a very beneficial pranayam which creates peace inside us, and also this pranayam creates it also helps us in dealing with the anger management issues. So keep practicing this Anulom Vilom Pranayam, and I once again would request Pujya Sadhviji for one more bhajan, and with this bhajan for next 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, if you are not comfortable in bending your knees, just stretch your legs in the front, or also we can sit over chairs if you are not feeling comfortable in sitting over the ground. And with this practice of Anulom Vilom Pranayam and close eyes when we listen to some meaningful bhajan, then once again it heals us a lot. It brings us into more peacefulness and more silence, and it also increases our concentration power and learning power also.
और पथिक सुन तो ना फसना इस जग की माया में, और पथिक सुन तो ना फसना इस जग की माया में। मिला मनुज तन फिर ना खोना, मिला मनुज तन फिर ना खोना इस जग की माया में। और पथिक सुन तो ना फसना इस जग की माया में। बाहर से दिखता है सुंदर भव सागर का नजारा, बाहर से दिखता है सुंदर भवसागर का नजारा, लेकिन डूब गया तो इसमें, लेकिन डूब गया तो इसमें फिर न मिलेगा किनारा। तट पर रह कर आनंद पाना, तट पर रह कर आनंद पाना, तो इस भव सागर में और पथिक सुन तो ना फंसना इस जग की माया में। ये तन है 2 दिन का मेला, लगा है आना जाना। ये जग है 2 दिन का मेला, लगा है आना जाना। कब आ जाए किसका बुलावा, कब आ जाए किसका बुलावा, भेदन कोई जाना। अभी समय है आ जा तो प्रभु चरणों की छाया में, और पथिक सुन तो ना फंसना इस जग की माया में। कर विचार भोगों से आखिर किसका मन भर पाया, कर विचार भोगों से आखिर किसका मन भर पाया। जीवन को भोगों में बिताकर, जीवन को भोगों में बिताकर अंत में फिर पछताया। जन्मों से कर रहा भोग तो, जन्मों से कर रहा भोग, अब ना फंस मृग तृष्णा में। और पथिक सुन तो ना फंसना इस जग की माया में। मिला मनुज तन फिर ना खोना, मिला मनुज तन फिर ना खोना इस जग की माया में। और पथिक सुन तो ना फंसना इस जग की माया में, इस जग की माया में, इस जग की माया में।
Thank you to Puja Sadhvi ji. And before moving towards the Bhramari and Udgit, would request you to practice some subtle exercises also. We have kept our knees bended for a long time. Let's stretch them in the front direction and move your toes in forward and backward direction with deep breathing. With deep breathing, we would be doing for 5 to 10 times. And those who are suffering from arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, now bend your feet in the forward and backward direction from the ankle. So those who are suffering from arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, or the uric acid is increased in the body, in that scenario we need to practice it a little more, like for 40, 50 to 100 times. If we are practicing these subtle exercises, then it would be greatly beneficial. Now rotate it from left to right direction. In a short span of time, we would be winding up with the physical part of this today's practice session, and we would be soon getting the blessings from Param Shraddheya Acharya Ji Maharaj. We are very fortunate that we got this the chance of celebrating this 9th International Yoga Day in the presence of Param Shraddheya Acharya Ji Maharaj, and together with that, obviously we would also not even congratulate, but also heads off to the management, which is basically happening inside the UK because of very committed and dedicated Sunita Mataji. So we are very thankful for her for the commitment, and we are learning a lot from her. Now the practice of your knees. So this is very beneficial for those who are suffering from knee pain. We just have to contract the muscles of our knees, and when we contract the muscles, we would be touching our knee with the floor. Otherwise, there is a gap between the knee and the floor. When we contract the muscles of our knees, so the knees start touching from the below, we would be touching the floor. So contract the muscles, relax them, contract them. Don't lift it up, just contract the muscles. With your internal strength, we have to just contract the muscles and then release them. And with deep breathing. So in a minute, we can practice it from 80 to 100 times, which is very beneficial for those who are suffering from knee pain. And this is something like which we can practice even after 1 hour of having a meal. And this is the situation with Anulom Vilom Pranayam also. Now the next subtle exercise, place your right knee over your left thigh. Breathe in, raise your right knee, then breathe out, place it over the floor. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, like this. Try to touch the chest, then try to touch the floor. So these are subtle exercises which are very beneficial for our bone health. Now rotate your feet with the help of your hand in clockwise and in anti-clockwise direction. And now the movement of our hip joint. So this we call as Shishupalasan, the swinging of the child. And that's what we are doing with our leg. And now from the opposite leg. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. So this is the practice of subtle exercises. Now the movement of our joints in the ankle area. So this is like clockwise and anti-clockwise, the movement of the joints in every possible direction. We just move the joint so that if there is any unwanted material or toxic elements have gathered and accumulated inside our joints, so we can just release them back into the bloodstream and they can get out with the help of our kidney. So this was the practice of subtle exercise. Now this is not a subtle exercise, something more than that, but we can practice it because we are sitting in this posture. So this is the practice of Chakki Asana. Interlock your hands, straighten up your elbows, breathe out, bend in forward direction, breathe in, bend in backward direction. Move forward, then move backward. Try to keep your elbows straight. So at least a practice of 10 to 15 times from both the direction is good for everyone. But those who want to reduce their weight, breathe in from the opposite direction, breathe out. So if you want to reduce your weight, then I'm afraid you would maybe need to practice it for around 100 times from both the directions. But just don't start in a single stretch, like in a first day only, otherwise you would not be able to practice it for next 1 year. So do it according to your physical capacities and requirement also. So this was the practice of Chakki Sanchalan. Now the butterfly pose. Join your feet together, breathe in, breathe out. Try to touch the floor with your knees with deep breathing. So this is butterfly. relax. Now we would be practicing some subtle exercises with our hands like this. Open your fist, close it, open it, close it. This is the movement of our joints in the fingers and thumb. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Try to keep your elbows straight. Now the second one, the movement of our wrist. Breathe in, breathe out. In both the direction, in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. Now in the reverse direction, try to keep your elbows straight. At least we should try. And also try to keep your back straight. And if you feel that you should need some support of some wall, then you can take support from wall also. Now the movement of our elbows. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Like this. Now sideways. Breathe in, breathe out. With deep breathing, the practice of these subtle exercises. Now interlock your hands and stretch your left arm with the help of your right arm. Pull it. Breathe in, bring it in the center. Now pull your right arm from your left hand and you will feel a pulling and stretching in your arm, in your forearm also, in your shoulder also. So this is very good for those who are suffering from cervical and spondylitis, and try like this. You would be holding it from your wrist and try to keep your elbow at the back of your head. So this was the practice of pulling the arm. Now the next one is the movement of our shoulders in forward and in backward direction. Try to touch your elbows when you are bringing your elbows in the front direction, and also try to touch your ear with the hand when you are moving your hands in forward and backward direction. So touch your arms, your elbows, then open up your chest as much as possible. Stretch your shoulders in the backward direction. Now in the reverse direction like this with deep breathing. Like this. Now place your hands over your knees and rotate your shoulders. Then in forward direction. Now in the reverse direction. Now place your right hand over your right side of the head and exert a pressure from the hand towards the head and a pressure from hand towards the hand. With breathing, inhale deeply. And you will feel an anti-pressure between hand and head. From the left side. So feel the anti-pressure, and you may feel a vibration also in your head, in your neck. So that would be great. If you are feeling vibration, this means that you are doing it perfectly, very fine. Breathe in. So this subtle exercise is very beneficial for those who are suffering from cervical and spondylitis, but majorly for those who are suffering from cervical. In that case, we need a practice of for more than 10 to 15 times. Breathe in. Now breathe out. Now place your interlocked hands over your forehead. Relax. Breathe in. Relax. Once again, breathe in. Relax. Now the movement of neck. So those who are suffering from cervical and spondylitis should not bend their neck in the forward direction. They should keep the neck in the normal posture, or they can bend in backward, but don't bend in forward direction. So this is one. Breathe in. Bend your neck in the backward direction. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Relax. Now turn your head in the right direction with deep breathing. Now in the left direction. So this is the movement of neck. Now bend your neck in right, then in left direction. Try to touch your shoulder with your ear, and for that don't raise your shoulders. Instead, try to bend your neck as much as possible so that you are able to touch your shoulder with your ear. Don't raise your shoulders. Relax. Now rotate your neck in the left to right, anti-clockwise direction. Slowly and slowly. 3 to 4 times or 5 times. Now in the reverse direction. Inhale and exhale. And now we would be practicing Bhramari and Udgit. 3 times Bhramari, 3 times Udgit. And close your ear with your thumb. Place your forefinger over your eyebrows and rest of the fingers use them to cover your eyes. Breathe in with closed mouth, chanting of Om. Pranayam. Place your hands in Dhyan Mudra over your knees. And once again, with deep breathing, the chanting of Om. Stop here. Keep your eyes closed and bring your focus towards your breathing. With the help of nostrils, we are inhaling. When we inhale, this pranic urja, this enters inside our lungs. Feel that inhalation process. And after entering inside the lungs, this pranic urja, this energy, this expands in each and every body part, in each and every cell. So just feel the expansion of this pranic urja inside each and every part of your body, in your hands, in your legs, in your feet. This whole universe is made up of the cosmic energy, the energy of God who has created this whole world, whole universe. And this cosmic energy is present in each and every element and every part of this universe. When we are inhaling, this energy is entering inside our body with this air, and that's why we are calling it as pranic urja. We are getting energized with the energy of God itself, with the energy of nature itself. And And this is taking expansion in each and every part of our body. And we can feel that with this energy, we are now getting stronger and stronger, mentally also, physically also, such that we are now able to extract out not only the unwanted air outside the body, but also with that we are extracting out all the imperfections from ourselves, all kinds of desires, all kinds of bad habits. They are going out, all kinds of sadness and sorrows, they are going out, and happiness, compassion, enthusiasm and motivation, we are getting rich with each and every inhalation. And in this very moment, let us now take a resolution also, that from now onward we would try to stray and feel the existence of this cosmic energy, the God, the nature's energy, and we would not spend or waste not even a single moment of our life in sadness, in sorrows, in anger and all. With this resolution, take this resolution with a strong heart, that we would stay happy, we would feel more peacefulness, because this peace is inside our mind only. We will feel more content. We have all the things we require inside our mind and body, and we are connected to God now. With this connection and this strong resolution in heart, let us now raise our hands in the upward direction, rub them together, transfer this energy which is created inside your hands to your face. With the blinking of the eyelids, slowly and slowly open your eyes.
How do you feel? Good? Good. Tonight's some words of wisdom from Acharyaji. He's come so far, and believe me, what he has to say is worth listening to. He will speak in Hindi, and Dr. Anurag will translate for him, for those of you who don't speak English.
सभी मेरे साथ एक बार और ओंकार का उच्चारण करेंगे। बहुत सुंदर आप सबने योग का अभ्यास किया, प्राणायाम किया, और ये जो एमिरेट्स का जो ये अरेना है, शायद आज चौथे बार पतंजलि योगपीठ ट्रस्ट का कार्यक्रम हो रहा है। इसके लिए भी सभी लोगों को हमारी शुभकामनाएं। और ये इंटरनेशनल योगा डे को हम, ये 9वां इंटरनेशनल योगा डे है, पर विचित्र बात यह है कि 21 को हम हरिद्वार से इंटरनेशनल योगा डे करके निकले थे। मैं अभी गिनती कर रहा था, लगभग 9 बार तो हम कर चुके हैं इंटरनेशनल योगा डे। तो नाइन्थ इंटरनेशनल योगा डे को हम लोगों ने 9 जगह पर लगभग कर लिया है। पूज्य स्वामी जी भी यूएस में हैं, यदि उनकी भी गिनती करें तो बहुत है। और मैं आप सबको बता दूं, भारत में भी लगभग 3 लाख से ज़्यादा गांव में हम लोगों ने इंटरनेशनल योगा डे का ये प्रोग्राम हम लोगों ने किया है। ये पतंजलि की शक्ति है, श्रद्धेय स्वामी जी का आशीर्वाद है, हमारी पूरी टीम देश और दुनिया में जिस भावना से इस योग को आज पूज्य स्वामी जी ने सोचा था, उस रूप में देखते हुए हमें बहुत खुशी होती है। एक योगी की तपस्या, उस योगी का पुरुषार्थ और एक राष्ट्रवादी राजनेता का साथ माननीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर यूएनओ में इस योग की स्वीकार्यता करवा करके लोगों के प्रति एक बहुत बड़ा उपकार किया है। और आप सब यहाँ आकर के आपने योग किया। मैं इतना ही बता देता हूँ कि न तस्य रोगो न जरा न मृत्यु प्राप्तस्य योगाग्निमयम शरीरम। योग करने से शरीर ठीक होता है, योग करने से मन ठीक होता है। दुनिया में ऐसा कौन है जो शरीर ठीक नहीं रखना चाहता है? संसार में ऐसा कौन है जिसको अपना मन अच्छा नहीं चाहिए? तो यदि आपको अपना मन अच्छा चाहिए तो योग करना, अपना शरीर ठीक चाहिए तो योग करना, क्योंकि मन और शरीर को ठीक रखने के लिए दुनिया में कोई उपाय नहीं है। नान्य पंथा विद्यते अनाय, कुछ भी तो नहीं है। बड़े बड़े हॉस्पिटल्स, बड़ी ढेर सारी मॉडर्न मेडिसिन्स, कुछ भी आप ले लो, वह आपको, आपके शरीर को लाभ पहुंचा सकती हैं, आपके मन के स्तर पर वह आपको कभी लाभ नहीं दिला सकती हैं। तो आप सौभाग्यशाली हैं। माता सुनीता जी हमारा यहाँ पर पतंजलि योगपीठ ट्रस्ट के माध्यम से, हमारे शिक्षक, हमारी सभी सहयोगियों के माध्यम से आपको इतना सुंदर लाभ यहाँ पर मिल रहा है। इस योग को हम और बढ़ाने का प्रयास करेंगे। हमारी पूज्य साध्वी बहनों ने आपको बहुत कुछ सिखाया। यहाँ बहुत सारे योग शिक्षकों को, आदरणीय श्रवण जी उधर बैठे हैं, उनकी भी इच्छा हो रही थी कि मैं भी मंडूक आसन को और साइंटिफिकली आपको बताऊं, समय कम है, उनका भी धन्यवाद है। सभी लोग, मैं देख रहा था, बहुत उत्साह के साथ, उमंग के साथ आप इसको आगे बढ़ाने के लिए लग रहे हैं। तो आपको बहुत शुभकामनाएं हैं, पूरी ऊर्जा के साथ में, ताकत के साथ में, और यूं ही निरंतरता के साथ में लगे रहिए। आपका शरीर ठीक रहेगा, मन ठीक रहेगा, तो परिवार में भी शांति रहेगी, परिवार प्रसन्न होगा, अच्छा समाज का निर्माण होगा। अच्छा समाज का निर्माण होगा तो ऋषियों का इस कथन को, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम को हम सार्थक कर सकेंगे। क्योंकि हमारी संस्कृति सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः की संस्कृति है। हम प्रार्थनाएं भी बहुवचन में करते हैं, यानी हम सबके लिए करते हैं। हम कभी ये नहीं कहते हैं कि मैं सुखी हूँ या मैं सुखी रहूँ या मुझे सुखी कर दो, हम ऐसा नहीं कहते हैं। हम कहते हैं सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः। सभी सुखी हों, सब आनंदित हों, और यही भाव से ऋषियों की इस विधा को दुनिया में पहुंचाने का हमारा लक्ष्य है। तो छोटे से संक्षिप्त शब्दों में मैंने अपनी बात कह दी है। आप सबको बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत शुभकामनाएं। अनुराग जी थोड़ी सी आयुर्वेद की बात रखते हुए थोड़ी सी हमारी बात को, क्योंकि हमारे बहुत सारे मेहमान अपनी मेरी बात को शायद ना समझ पाए हों। भावनाएं तो सबको समझ में आती है। मुझे एक छोटी सी कहानी याद आती है। हम लोगों का सबसे बड़ा प्रोग्राम हुआ था, सबसे पहले कॉडक ग्राउंड में लंदन में बड़ा प्रोग्राम हुआ था। तो मैंने हिंदी में स्पीच दिया, तो जो वहाँ के जो मैनेजर थे उनको बाद में बोलने के लिए बुलाया। उनने कहा कि आचार्य जी ने क्या बोला मुझे समझ में आया नहीं, पर 3 दिन से नींद नहीं आई थी, आचार्य जी बोल रहे थे तो मेरे को बहुत अच्छी नींद आ रही थी। इसलिए धन्यवाद।
Om to everyone. My name is Anurag, and I'm going to quickly summarize what Acharya had just addressed to everyone on this holy occasion of 9th International Yoga Day. And then I'll quickly try to say that what we have been doing on to the other super gift to the world from India, other than yoga, is Ayurveda. So I'll quickly get to same thing as well. So what Acharya said today, that he started with giving a huge congratulations to all of you who did exceedingly well in those close to 2 hours of the yoga session. You guys did fantastic. You did very nice yoga and pranayama, and he then suggests that you should clap for yourself to get that in the right spirit of yoga. We are meeting here for the 4th time in Emirates Arena, and this is the celebration of the 9th World Yoga Day, International Yoga Day, and this started on 21st of June, and Acharya and the whole team started from Haridwar, and then we moved to many places, and if he counts, this is almost like the 9th time we are celebrating the World Yoga Day here as well in the same spirit. Swamiji is in United States, and he has been conducting the same thing there as well. So if you add it together, it's actually a huge number. And not to forget that in India itself is close to 300,000 different yoga classes happen on International Yoga Days. And what we learned from Pujya Mataji, that in UK itself we had close to 300 yoga classes on World Yoga Day this year as well. So what has been very critical about yoga is to actually bring the yoga from the ancient sages learning and knowledge and bring to the masses, and that's where the blessing from Param Pujya Swamiji has been there. His hard work, earnest practices, and putting the thought of yoga towards general has been central for this kind of celebration. Of course, not to mention the great support from our Prime Minister Shri Modi ji to bring this at a global level and get it accepted from United Nations. Now, he also talked about that yoga helps in keeping the healthy body, and yoga also helps to keep a healthy mind. And that's the one thing that everyone wants to have. Who doesn't want to be healthy at the level of body and at the level of mind? But if you compare from other modern practices, by using different tradition, different hospitals, one could actually get good relief from different kind of diseases. That means at the level of bodies, those symptoms might work. But when you go towards looking at the mind, if you are looking for at the level of soul, that's where yoga has a very huge importance. So by using yoga, by following yoga, one would be able to have a good quality peace and good quality body, and altogether is a wholesome method to keep a very healthy lifestyle. In the end, what it came out, what Acharya says, that in yoga, in all kind of Hindu practices, the ancient system actually talks about praying for everyone. By saying Sarve Bhavantu Sukhna, we actually think about everyone in this earth, everyone in this planet, and even beyond should always be happy. So we do not pray for ourselves at first. We think about everyone together, which is actually the core competency, the core theme about looking at yoga as a holistic treatment thing. So what Acharya closed up by wishing all of you to stay happy, healthy, and thinking about everyone combined together. That means once you are healthy, you generate a healthy society, and then society take care of everyone across. So have a fantastic celebration, and congratulations for celebrating this 9th International Yoga Day in Glasgow. So thank you very much from Acharya's side.